poppin'? What's poppin'? It's the boy Gleesefe back at it again. And today we got JTheHumbleKid in the building. What's good with you?
Good, doing good.
That's good. That's good.
Well,
Just want to start off with telling the people where you from, what you doing, whatever you want to tell them what they feel like what you feel like they should know.
alright. Well, I'm JTheHumbleKid. I'm originally from New Orleans. Moved from New Orleans to Texas, and I'm in Baton Rouge. I've been in Baton Rouge pretty much since 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Graduated from Scotlandville. You know, album bottom. Uh, I am a music recording artist, also a songwriter. Um, that's pretty much where I start.
All right. Okay, I got the first question revved up, ready to go. We're gonna start off with something simple. Who are what inspired you the most?
Uh, just one particular person.
Whoever you get, as many people as you want.
Also, my grandfather started off uh, as a musician, singer, songwriter. Um, back in like the 50s, a long time ago. Growing up, he always got me into music. That's where I first even got introduced to music, to be like into it. Uh, so his influence, plus some artists like Beyonce, Chris Brown, um, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, even older people like Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, uh, and more alternative people like Kiss, just their style of just being like different. That's dope. And just old jazz music and stuff like that. That really inspired me and like captured the essence of music for me for sure.
How did you particularly get into music? Like from the beginning with it?
Um, when I was young, my mom was in the choir uh, at Greater St. Stephen's in New Orleans, and she would always like practice her music all the time in the living room. And one day she was just singing, like just flowing. And one day I just came and I started singing with her. She was just like, "Oh, that's kind of crazy. You can sing, like you can really sing."
Right.
So all the time I was just sing. And um, I actually didn't know like how well I could sing, how good I was at it. I started off dancing. And that's all I was just doing, just focus on being a dancer and trying to like get into that.
So you was dancing first?
Yes.
That's something people wouldn't know about you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's tight though. That's tight.
Even in high school, I was in dancing. I did dancing for talent shows. I never really was confident in singing in front of people. I was very nervous. And, but my mom initially was the first person that recognized I could sing and was like, "You should get in the choir. You should be singing. You should do that. That should be something you do.
Right.
Work on that." And she would always practice with me and stuff like that. And after that, and my grandfather found out I could sing. Anytime we go to like their house, family events, he comes, have my cousin bring out a piano, put a mic on top of the coffee table, and have me stand on top of the coffee table and perform for everybody.
I know that kind of had to be like nerve-wracking. Were you nervous?
What? So nervous internally, but as a kid, you kind of like you're just free and you with your family, so you kind of like you just having fun. You're not taking it as serious as if you go and sing in front of a bunch of strangers or your friends at school or like people like that.
Right. So kind of like ease the tension because it was people that you knew.
Right. That'd be like how I got into music, just from those like experiences and those two people.
Okay. Do you feel like music is your purpose? And if not, what do you feel like is your purpose on earth?
I feel like music is just a small, like, little thing that gets me to my ultimate purpose. I feel like my purpose is just to like spread like joy, love, comfort, for people to feel secure and open So I feel like my purpose is just to be there for others and like uplift and also just not distract, but kind of like shy away from the negative and more to the positive, you know?
Okay, so you feel like at some point it does distract you, or people give you or people do something that is good, dope, and it'll distract you from all the hardship in life. You feel like that's something that, as far as what you do with music can do
Yeah, I
for
feel like it's
people.
a getaway, you know? Like my music is a getaway. It's almost a vacation, you know,
Right. That's a good way of thinking.
like real feel like a vacation. Like you put my music on and you're not thinking about what just happened at work. You're not thinking about what just happened with your relationship. You're not thinking about any of that. You thinking about, dang, how is this person's mind working, and like how could I feel like that I felt in that person felt in the music? How can I attain this type of like love or affection? More not just taking you away and putting you on a vacation, but having you reevaluate what really matters.
Right.
You know?
Because I feel like that's what music does. Sometimes when you having a hard day, or just you're thinking about life in depth, you put your headphones on, you kind of either drift off, or you just like just meld with the music, like you one with the music sometimes.
Facts,
So
facts, facts.
for sure.
Like you'll see, like certain people, certain music has certain moods for you. You know, music creates the atmosphere in which you in. So depending on what song you playing, it's gonna put you
You
in
can keep going. You keep going.
put you in a certain mood. So if I keep making negative music, it's gonna put you in a negative mood. And if your energy is already negative from what's going on with you in the world, it kind of like puts you into this like bad space. And we have to be mindful of the music that we're putting out because we're creating atmospheres.
Hey.
So I want to be. So if my purpose is to make you feel better and to be there for people and to uplift and liberate and make you feel love and make you just reevaluate your life and for the better, then my music has to reflect that as well.
So you feel like you got a lot of responsibility at times dealing with what you make. Do you feel like when you go into it, you think about what you're saying a lot, or how it affect other people?
Yeah, I think about that from the moment from the moment I hear a beat. I think about, okay, if I say this or if I do this, how is this gonna affect the people that's listening? And that's just our responsibility as humans, though. You know, as a human race, we want to say that we're not responsible for nobody's because we all grown, but we all influence each other. If that wasn't the case, politics wouldn't exist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The way we dress wouldn't even matter. Social media wouldn't exist. Instagram, you taking pictures and posting it, it would be for nothing.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we all have a responsibility in the choices that we make, because the choices that we make, and even though it doesn't affect that person right then and there, eventually it do. I can make a mistake right now, and to me, it only affects me. But down the line, it's like, okay, me making this mistake made me not being able to do this, which made my family have to do this for me because of this. And so now I'm not just affecting me, I'm affecting other people.
Hey.
So as humans, rather you do music, you work at a job in customer service, every decision that you make, it will affect other people. It may not affect them at that point in time, but it does. So especially as an artist and an influencer, the things that you say and that you do, it does hold some type of weight. No, we don't control people's, emotions and choices and decisions, but we do influence them in some type of way.
What are some of your favorite things to do in Baton Rouge?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday?
They got two different Taco Tuesdays, but Bando
okay.
Pat, Taco Tuesday lit. I've been to it. Lit as hell, bro.
Shout out to Bando Pat.
Lit as hell. And
shout out DJ Love Yourself. That's my dog.
No cap, the way that the event is, it's never no issue, never no bullshit. I've always had a good time anytime I ever went to any of his events, not just Taco Tuesday. He got open on Sunday. He always got something innovative going on. DJ Trayvon, he has Taco Tuesdays as well.
Mm-hmm.
Switch different locations. Usually gotta follow him. DJ Trayvon
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Definitely.
But he does Taco Tuesday. He's also a DJ. So any events he have, he also does like open mics as well. So not only do you get good food, you get good entertainment as well. I go to some of Big Dreams events that they'll have. They have one now on Monday at Dior. They're gonna have a bunch of like local artists performing.
Dior is off of college.
I think so.
Okay.
So. This will be my first time going. So.
Are you performing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What's that date on that?
On the 22nd of August. Okay. So that'll be Monday.
I definitely try to make that, but y'all should definitely make that. You hear me?
For sure. It's gonna be lit.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's really a lot going on in Baton Rouge. It's just like people just being active, man. You know, a lot of people want to go out of town for like stuff. We just say it's nothing here because nobody support each other. Nobody follow each other. Nobody go to each other's events. Nobody's doing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be it, but don't nobody want to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be it and then you can't be it for nothing.
I do feel like that's a lot of going around. People become it and then they forget to like tell people like the dope stuff, you know what I'm saying? Rather than all that BS, the dope stuff that's happening down here, rather it's local event, rather it's a big event, you know what I'm saying? Rather it's a gathering of people, you know, so I definitely feel that.
I feel like we should be a little bit embarrassed that when people think of Louisiana, they only think of New Orleans. And we the capital, that's crazy. Right. And I'm from New Orleans, so like I know like that's kind of crazy that we the capital and we got all this talent, like so much talent out here. I met face to face like people who crazy talented, can play all kinds of instruments, sing, write, rap. They can put together events. They can do a lot of stuff, but then we just stay. I don't know why. And you hear in every interview, crabs in the barrel, but it's like we crabs in the barrel, but like nobody actually trying to be that king crab to say like, can we stop fucking pulling each other down? Like, who's gonna actually say, okay, we should stop? Like, who's gonna be the first person to do it?
I think it's a difference in opinion of how people feel like they came up. I came up rough, so I'm gonna fuck with the roughness. I came up middle class. I came up suburban, so I'm gonna fuck with that. Which we still all came from the same place. You know what I'm saying? And we do have a bad stigma on us as far as like crab in the bucket mentality. But that, to me, that's not necessarily true. I think they push that message because it's been going on for so long as far as like that message. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people come together. I done seen people do dope stuff, but it's not like how everybody put it. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like we need to change that whole stigma about Baton Rouge. Because what's an important cause or issue you support?
It's kind of hard because it's like it's a lot of issues, but like I guess the main issue is just like I feel like the main issue that we all should probably really care about the most, which would eliminate literally everything, is if everybody would like not focus so much on what somebody else is doing.
Right.
Like that doesn't affect the majority. That makes sense. Like we have a lot of issues that we're focusing on that literally does not affect us personally.
Right.
Like sexuality does not affect us personally.
Thanks.
Your personal view of how you view me does not really affect me as much because that's still just your opinion.
Right.
An opinion is literally everyone has it. Like so it doesn't make it a fact, so it doesn't affect me.
Right.
So when we think about like all these different issues that's going on, like it's just, bro, it's like so much stuff going on that I'd be like, why do you even care like what that person's doing with their body, who that person is having sex with, who that person's marrying? It shouldn't matter. What should matter is like our economy. We should be thinking about that.
Right.
We should be thinking about
the bigger picture.
Yeah, like I don't care about presidency. That's just me personally. I don't care. I don't think politics should even exist, in my opinion, because I feel like we're just basically going to war over who's going to be our master for the next 4 years, 8 years. And like that's kind of crazy to me that we are literally waiting on another human to make another decision for me. But we argue it without fellow like family members about being grown. Right. But you constantly fighting with another grown man about who your master is. That's crazy to me. Like I just I don't get it. So I guess that's my biggest issue is just like people realizing that we went from having individual opinions to being in these like labels in these groups. Oh, well, I'm a lefty, I'm a righty, well, I'm liberal, I'm this, and it's like, but when you sit down with all these different people and you realize that damn, we still have different opinions on certain stuff. Like we can agree on certain stuff, and then certain stuff we're gonna have totally different views on.
Right.
So why we keep trying to put each other in a certain party in a certain like demographic, like at our box, like for what? When we all are different, we all have individuality. At the end of the day, I can feel one thing one day and change my mind the next, because we humans. So as humans, for you to feel like we should put the responsibility on someone else to make decisions for us is kind of like dumb to me.
Would you rather have Beyonce's talent or Jay-Z's business acumen? That's tough, right?
It's not tough.
Okay.
If you know the music industry, you know it's 10% talent.
Yeah.
Talent doesn't mean a lot of shit. I've been talented my whole entire life. I'm still a struggling artist.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I would take Jay-Z for $5,000. That's like way smarter. Like
because I do feel that Jay-Z can create the Beyonce. He can create the people or make them bigger than what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like talent is one thing, but I feel like Jay-Z took Beyonce and made her 10 times bigger. People don't like when I say that, but that's true. I feel like Beyonce had a whole different group that was managing her. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if Jay-Z didn't come and grab her, because he's a businessman at the end of the day, he probably telling her like, hey, this is what's gonna work. This is what we're gonna do. And they're a couple. But it's
we never know how their dynamics work. Like you feel me? So that could have happened.
Hell yeah.
And the man is smart. I'm not saying Beyonce isn't smart and that she ain't got her shit together.
But
saying that man is smart. You can't say that it could be possible.
Yeah. You can tell that guy is on it 24/7.
If you watch his interviews, you'd be like, yeah, this man's mind is somebody I want to talk to. Will I talk to him over taking the $10,000? I mean, $100,000? No, but I would definitely. I would have the money to talk to you though.
Right.
If I get the 100,000, I'll flip that and I make a great profit out of it. I can get the money to have these meetings with you.
Because talent can only take you so far. Exactly. To have that business acumen like Jay-Z, that's gonna take you way farther, and it's gonna be more. What's the word? Not consistency, but it's longevity.
Yeah.
He's been talented, but I felt like he always made it his first thing to be business first.
Do you want to be the limelight, or do you want to be wealthy?
Right.
Like, what's more important to you?
Right.
To be famous or to be wealthy?
Right. Real spill.
I mean, I know a lot of talented bums out here, bro. A lot of talented homeless people. You'll see them all the time on the corner. That can sing their ass off.
Singing, playing the guitar, the most beautiful you've ever heard it.
But they don't have no business.
Right, they don't
have no management, no team, no nothing.
Right. Where do you tend to put your music once it has, been completed? Like, so, people will know.
It'll be on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, because I still fuck with them, regardless of however I will be. If I ever get big, when I get big, I'll still probably use those platforms for like my promo music and just stuff, just strictly just because I wanted to put it out. Right. But Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, mainly majority of the major platforms that I could possibly get.
How do you feel about? I know there's a lot of talk about the whole Brittney Grainger thing that's going on. How do you feel about that and Russia holding her basically hostage for? I feel like it's sending a message to Americans basically like they don't come over here and do nothing because we're gonna especially because she's so famous, like
Yeah.
she's big, you know what I'm saying? As much as people like to downplay it, she's big out here.
I'm
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm saying?
honest. Y'all really think Russia is like holding her hostage? Like honestly,
Somewhat 9 years to be
because like
that's a lot.
out of all the stuff they could hold hostage,
Well, they
think
can't
about it. Our economy works off of debt.
Mm-hmm.
We get resources from other places.
Right.
Not majority of our resources come from America.
That's facts.
So like, out of all the people, they're gonna say, you know what?
You
This
okay,
basketball player, this will be the one that'll get them to bite. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not saying like I hate that happened. I
Right.
feel like it's mainly a racial thing. I don't think it has really that big of a hold on America. Like, because if that was that big of a hold, do you think like we would be waiting this long for her to get out? Like,
Right.
one is bullshit. The
Facts.
It's the crime don't match the punishment, and people want to say, well, their laws are different. Their laws are different. It's 2022. Like,
Right.
we don't live back in the Soviet Union. Like, people failing to realize, like, times have changed in the world.
I just was tripping as far as like the 9 years. That is kind of big,
crazy.
But it is a different place.
Right.
We wouldn't. We wouldn't. We would not. She would have been out in a day, like being detained. So.
I think that yes, their laws are different, but their time isn't different. We all live in the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the time hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? I get that shouldn't have happened. Like I get a lot of it. But 9 years though, like opposed to someone who just got caught for the same thing, but actually a worse charge that she got, and all they got was like what, 2 months, I think.
Was that in Russia?
Yeah, same place, Russia.
So
that doesn't like.
You think that they're trying to make an example out of Brittney Grainger?
It could be an example. Honestly, it's like hard to judge because you could say it's an example. You could say that it's about the United States, but it just seemed like the way it seemed more personal. Like y'all just don't like her. Right. Like maybe it's just her. Maybe it ain't got shit to do with anything else. But her being black, her being gay,
right,
her being from America, like all that stuff could play a part. I don't see like, cause you see like the United States has not broke a sweat since she's been gone. Like you don't see them having conversations about how this is a tragedy that this is happening to her, and we're gonna get her back, or we're not gonna get her back, or we're talking, or there's nothing being talked about. So I feel like it's not a Russia America thing. It seems like a more personal thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's just a wild situation. 9 years though. 9 years. 9 years.
I can imagine.
Bro.
That's pretty scary.
And I'm pretty sure somebody that's lived there, born there, they're not getting 9 years for that same crime. No way.
Probably not.
No way.
Probably not.
No way. That's crazy.
How do you think we should go about it? Do you think we should break down some walls and hey, if y'all don't give her back, we come in for y'all type shit, like what I'm saying? But that's tough. I'm tough.
Pro-black, so I want to say yeah. But if we really like thinking logically, if I was thinking as a patriot, that makes no sense to risk a war for one person who made a decision to do something that they probably shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? Like
America not doing. I always feel like we should stay out of certain stuff, but since it is an American citizen, we do have some type of. We think about it, you know what I'm saying? Because it could have been one of us. But if I'm being honest, if it was like a regular citizen, you never would have heard from us like that, or it wouldn't have got so much traction. But since she is like top 10 centers in like the WNBA,
that's why I don't think it's an American thing. I think she's famous, she's black, she's gay. Like you're in a whole other country that may not fuck with none of that. Right. You feel me? So like
that makes sense.
I think people trying to make this a like a American versus like Russia thing to make a war happen, because that's creating an uproar. You know what I'm saying? And now black people get mad because they're like, "No, I want our black queen back," and it's like, I want her back too.
Right.
But you think we should go to war to get her back? I feel like there's other resources. Like there should be, for one, why is there not an embassy working on her behalf? Like I'm confused of what's going on with that. I'm not super like familiar with all of the facts and like the story, but just from the certain things that I've gathered, I'm just like, so what is the embassy doing?
Right. When is the best time for you to record? Are you more of a night person or a daytime person when it comes to that?
Um, I think I'm more of I like to start during the like mid of the day, going into the night, but not too late, because I my voice will like drop so low and it
That's the
will
first
not
time I
sound as good.
heard that. Like
Yeah.
somebody say that. Like everybody like, I'm a night guy. I'm a night person. I like recording music at night. Just something different and something different feel, you know.
No, man, I have a light voice, so like my voice in the morning is really, really like low, and then at night when I'm tired, it's even lower. So during that
Oh,
mid time, if I'm warming up, it's gonna be good up until a certain point at night. So
okay.
I
So
don't be want to mess up my
it's
throat. That
like
shit be terrible.
has to do with fatigue and something like that. Like
Yeah, just like my voice always naturally changes at a certain time of the day. Like when I go to performances, I always be like, bruh, if I ain't the first or second, third, by the time we get to me being damn the seventh, you gonna be hearing this, and this
right.
is what you gonna get from me, because that's it. That's it. At a certain time, I don't know why, and I can be singing, I can warm up, I can do all the exercises that there is,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason, at those point of times of the day, my voice is just like, it's not that it sounds bad, it's just low. It's not my original tone. So
How
I don't
many
like
songs have you performed in one night?
whole songs. I've never performed whole songs. I've
Never.
only performed like maybe like a verse and a chorus of each song. So 3 songs is the most that I've performed in one night.
You ever got like have you ever put like a lot of energy into maybe your first 2 songs and then maybe that last one you kind of like, you know, I'm stretching it, but I gotta go.
Like, do I be tired? No. I'm winded though. Like you can hear it in my vocals that it's winded.
Cause you
But I'm not tired like till like I'm exhausted. You know.
cause you're more of the singing aspect of it, and I do
Yeah.
feel like that's way different from rapping
Yeah.
words. You do get
It's
tired, but it's not like you using your voice as much. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
And I'm
So,
singing and I'm dancing. So it's like
so
it's
you
a lot,
you
And I'm not necessarily tired. It's just at one point you gotta choose one. Is you gonna sing or is you gonna dance? That's where it'll get for me. But I gotta kind of like work on that fatigueness when it comes to that part.
uh you brought up Bando Pat. He once told me you exercise and you if you run into something like practice your songs while you running and help. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that helped with I feel like helped me. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? With trying to perform for if I'm because I've done maybe like 4 or 5 songs and at that third, fourth song I'm like, oh, how I'm gonna
Yeah,
get through this shit, yo? Like this shit about to kill me. You did
treadmill,
treadmill.
treadmill, run on the treadmill. Practice all your songs. Do your whole album if you got a whole album, a whole project. Just do that. Like,
Facts.
and when I perform, it's like I feel like a different person sometimes when I'm performing, opposed to like normal. Like me normally, I'm chill. I'm just, I'll have a conversation. I'll have a pretty winded conversation, but like I'm not as how I am on stage. Like I'm way hype. I'm way more provocative. I'm way more like outgoing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and not that I'm not an outgoing person. It's just when I'm performing, it's just totally different vibe. Like I'm willing to like really like go out in the crowd and like
Cause you,
dancing in the middle of the crowd type
you
thing.
like interaction type shit
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah.
I want to really like give a show.
Right.
So like
Right.
I more than likely I'm gonna choose giving the show more than singing. Like, so if I get fatigued or I feel like I can't produce the vocals that I want to produce, I'm gonna get the crowd hype. You're gonna hear my music over it.
Yo, I've
Like,
been in one of your shows and you definitely do that. I honestly like when I'm performing, like I give it everything. And I be
mm-hmm.
seeing people perform, I'll be like, man, that kind of like watered down, mediocre. even if I didn't feel like my shit was good, like you about to get all this energy
Facts.
because, and sometimes it doesn't translate as well, but most of the time it does because I'm giving everything I got. You know what I'm saying? And and I just be like, damn, they not even. You know what I'm saying? So it be like that.
It really do. Especially as an artist, bro. Like if you really like this, really something you really want to do, you gotta take everything from the smallest showcases to the biggest concerts. You gotta treat them bitches all the same.
Right, right.
All the same. It don't matter.
Like if you was on that big stage.
Exactly. So like whenever I do perform, I don't care where it is, who it is, I'm gonna do my best to give it everything I got. I'm gonna put a show mix together. I don't give a damn if you've seen me perform the song, you've seen the dance moves that I've already done. I'm gonna give you that every single time, 100%, like every single time, because that's what I'm gonna be honest. That's what concerts are. If anybody ever think that like people just like go to these different cities and just like do something that they never done before, no. These people practicing this shit. Like they going hard at they practice because whatever you practice is what you gonna fucking do in the end.
Right.
So like if you are practice, like you gotta think of these like practice runs, these little small shows. These are practice runs.
Right.
So in your practice, you're gonna go hard, right? Because you want to do it full out so you can know the full effect of what it would be if you was to do it in the actual setting.
Right.
So that's why I treat every single show. I'm going crazy, as crazy as I can for the appropriate setting. You know what I'm saying? The appropriate songs.
What are you working on currently?
I have a song called Kiss that will be dropping on my birthday, August 31st. It's featuring Young Giga, Brashad Beats. Young Giga is someone I personally know. I've been friends with her for like almost like 8-10 years, maybe a little more than that. And Brashad Beats is out of California. We got through him just randomly on Instagram, looking at different beats and stuff like that, and we connected with him. And dude's super talented. Beats are crazy. Super nice dude. You connect with him and like vibe with him. He'll get you the sound that you need for sure, and he can mix and master pretty fucking well. So like, we have a song coming out called Kiss. We also gonna have a remix to that, so be looking out for that. Also a challenge as well, because we want to get like people involved and get people on there. You know, get people active. So be looking out for that on August 31st. Talking with you about this, but I am working on a podcast. I already have like bars and stuff like that. Let me call something like a podcast. I'm still getting my team together, a few people that I want to be a part of it, but it's definitely in the works for sure. A post with as well as with that Kiss song, it will be a visual coming pretty soon as well, following behind that. So be looking for that, as well as my show that I have coming up August 22nd at the Or with Big Dreams Entertainment. Shout out to Big Dreams Entertainment. That's the team, as well as Craze Hippies. That's what I got going on so far.
Would you rather have another 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
I'm about to make you laugh. I'm not going to cap. I'm going with my girl every single time. I'm not going to lie. My music, I'm a freak, but no cap. I'm afraid of other people's pussy. Not even going to cap. I'm so afraid. There's so much shit going on. Sicknesses and stuff. Like, bro, like, I'm afraid. And I've always been this way my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. Like, I've only been with a few selective of females in my life and guys. So, like, I don't have sex like that. I just don't. And they could be the baddest of the baddest, but I'm still going to be cautious as fuck because I'm just like, you baddest bitch. Like, not saying like you a hoe or nothing, but I'm pretty sure you've been available. Like, I'm pretty sure you've been available. And I'm just nervous with that. Like, I got to get to know you. Right. Like, celebrity, they fine. You can fantasize about them all day, but I don't know you. Like, I don't know you from a can of paint. I know my girl. Like, I fucking know. Like, I know who she's been with. Yeah. I know who she currently been with. Like, I know the recent, you feel me? I know the status. It's like, with, like, you fantasize about these celebrities, but, like, you don't really know the real them. Like that bitch could be funky as a bitch and you don't even know. For
Could be
real.
dirty as
Her
fucking
toes could
life.
be like, them bitch could look totally different in person.
Yeah, I do.
Ears probably big as fuck.
Could be a whole different person, you know what I'm saying? Once they take that celeb
I'm
off,
saying like,
you know. Yeah, that's a risk, you know.
we
So
all humans at the end of the
you
day.
gonna play it safe for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
I'm gonna go with my girl for sure. That's too. That's crazy. You don't know. You just never know.
Do you have any local favorites?
Joe Scott. I really like his music. I like how he's lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
He's a storyteller. You could like tell in his raps like that. That shit like really means something to him. And he really took his time with it. I like that.
Thanks.
And it reminds me like how Adam Dollars is. He takes his time with his music, and it's storytelling. It's just like I would see Adam Dollars as being like Jay-Z of Baton Rouge, and like I would see Joe Scott being like Wayne of Baton Rouge. Like in my opinion, that's just my opinion. But that depends on your ear.
Yeah.
I be listening to what that person's saying more than just a beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I also listen to how they said what they said.
Right.
So I feel like there are some artists that you should definitely like support and really get them to that mainstream level to where it's not just local.
Now that you're saying it, I probably would want to get like some interviews with these guys
for sure.
Let's see what else we got. Can you name your favorite song from your favorite artist?
That's tough.
Super.
That's tough. It's too many good shit out.
Do you have a favorite artist?
I don't have just one. Because you can get like, you can tell through my music like it's gumbo, like for sure, like it's a mix of bunch of people. Like that's how I like to describe my music. It's like gumbo. It's just a mix of different people, and you could tell like who my favorite artist is through my music. Like Chris Brown, Beyonce, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, fucking. Man, you can even go further back, like Isley Brothers, like the style and like it's, you gotta think about like their brain of like their IQ with music, not even just what they put out, but like the thought process of why they put that out and how like they arrange their music is like incredible. So like Beyonce's album for Lemonade was crazy to me.
Yeah.
I think that had to been like the best album I probably ever heard. Like,
okay, if you can't do this favorite song, can you do? You can pick any artist, or from your top 3 or whatever. Favorite album from an artist. What would be your favorite Beyonce album? Would it be Lemonade?
It would probably be Lemonade.
Yeah, okay.
Her new album is crazy good. It's just you have to have a music ear to actually like get the essence of it. Because I think when people have favorite artists, they see themselves in them, which is why they have like, that's why they're their favorite. Like they're relatable, or they see their lives through their music and stuff like that. With that recent album she did, it was really innovative, like in a way.
I haven't listened to it, but I've always been a big Beyonce fan. Like she's just like otherworldly sometimes. Like
I love people that can mix a bunch of different genres together.
Like almost like Drake.
Yeah, almost like Drake, but Drake doesn't mix African music, Latin music, house music, bounce music all into one song.
Right.
Country music all into one song. Gospel music all into one song.
You think Beyonce
gotta
does that?
Think about that. Like if you hear her album, you realize, damn,
you got me
these are all those different genres. I had a friend, because after listening to music, I had my friend make me a beat. And I told him exactly what I want, but at the same time, it's so much in there. She literally has disco in this album. She has house music in the album, bounce, country, gospel, jazz, alternative, African, Afro music.
That's all on the new beat records?
If you listen to it, it's so many different genres all into one.
You think she was
they flow into each other?
You think she was aiming for that? Like just I'm about to bust their heads with all this.
Purposely.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, out of all the artists in the whole entire world, every album has always been up, 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 up. I love Drake. I love his music. Can I say that every single album was like a great ass album every single time? No. No.
Were you a fan of his last shit?
No, huh?
Were you a fan of his last shit?
I ain't listen to it.
No,
So
me
I
either.
can't be a,
From
you
the
know, I
snippets
can't
from it
really
though, I
be
wasn't
like,
like,
I heard a few songs, but I didn't like. I love what he did with like Sticky. Like I get it. I get music. If you
Yeah.
don't get music, you're not gonna like really understand it. Like, or if you have just a preference of music, you're not gonna understand it.
And it's a little bit of you've made music before to kind of get certain things that artists do type
Yeah.
shit.
So I've been in rock bands.
Mm.
I've been in alternative. In high school, I did classical music. Done jazz. My grandfather was a blues singer, so like I get like different stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
by me having that ear and listening for it, certain times when I hear like a rap song, 21 Savage is a prime example of how you can go from making this type of music to when you start really listening to music, your music change. 21 Savage doesn't make the same music that he used to make.
Right.
Because his ear has been open to other music.
Yes. Yes.
If you're used to just listen to one sound, of course, that album to you is trash.
Right.
It's gonna be trash because that's not your ear.
Right.
Your ear just like programmed to only listen to YB. It's just
No cap.
That's only what it is.
When I was coming up, all I knew was Lil Wayne, Lil Boosie, and Lil Webby until I stumbled across Kid Cudi. And Kid Cudi like opened my mind to what the possibilities of, because that was a totally different thing from what I was used to. Not only just like music wise or just rap wise, genre wise. I was like, this isn't hip hop. What is this? I'm like, it's hip hop.
It's hip hop. It's just different.
It's just different, like alternative. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of fucked with me. I'm like, so it's more, and it got me out of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was Kevin Gates, Boosie, Wayne, Webby, and after that, I just got to discovering more because I felt like listening to that, man, it got to be way more out here.
Facts.
You know, so
because the way they arrange music is more than what they just said.
Right.
It's the sounds behind it. The man is humming through majority of his project, and you like, man, it's all a part of the beat. He literally makes himself an instrument, and that's what makes it crazy. Like a lot of these artists that people be like, oh, that shit trash. It's because you don't get it. He's being the instrument. He's being the beat. Like
the first time I heard that, because he was saying the same thing over in Mr. Rager, but it's so many levels to that song. I'm like, bro, he is literally saying the same 3 lines, but he's going from this level to this level, back down to that level, to all the way going up to this level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, props to Cudi and props to all the artists who can kind of like make that transformation with the music. You know, that's what I like. I like if I've been hearing this for so long from this artist and they switch it up, I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And being in a band, like if you ever be in like a actual like instrumentation band, like that there's no person singing, you'll really find like, oh, I get why that artist made this song this way, because you're listening to instruments, and just like you can make trombone sing, you can make a trumpet sing, you can make a saxophone sing, all those instruments you can make it sing. So when you hear these artists doing something weird with their voice, they just be an instrument.
Right. Right.
The same way that you make your instrument be vocals, the same way that artists make their vocals be instruments.
That's what I feel like separates you being an artist from a musician. Like you're literally the instrument, so you're classified as a musician from that point on. You know what I'm saying? Because artists can just hop on the beat, but there's some artists can just hop on the beat and that's all it is, and it is rap, 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 rap. But you hear hums and then you hear like certain melodies and shit like that. I'm like, yo, this is different.
And that's one of the reasons why Roddy Ricch became so big.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He literally became an instrument of his song.
Yeah.
Like that's
he
how
slow
you
down a little bit though.
Just
a little bit. Because I do feel like this day and age, people don't have to. Because once you hear it and it's something new, in this day and age, it's like people have such a short attention span that okay, all I've been drinking is water. Now I got
Mhm.
this fruity drink that I've never had before. So I'm gonna drink this motherfucker, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I do know water is important. So some people just go back to what they know, but
Facts.
they fuck with different shit when they hear it type shit. You know, that's what we got. What is your favorite process? The writing process or the recording process?
Recording, because
Yeah,
I don't write as much
you freestyle.
a lot of the time.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
That's okay. That's cool. That's cool.
because I like to work off of like feeling and emotion in that
Hmm.
moment. Because I could write something and I would change all that when I actually start recording.
Right.
And I've done it multiple times. So much stuff. Because once I'm in that feeling and I hear that beat in the headphones, or if I'm sitting in the studio and I hear it playing through the speakers, my whole mood has changed. So I
Right.
can, at one moment I thought this was a love song, and now it's like a club song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I really love the recording process, because when you record and you hear yourself, you be like, oh no, I should have said this. No, I should add this. So like, writing is cool, and I don't knock anybody that writes, because you can have way more thought out process, and like your
Hmm.
concept could be way more like put together.
Right.
But when you just work off that pure emotion and it still comes out that same way as if you did write it, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
and that being in that moment and then reflecting on that moment. I
Right.
like the recording process for sure.
I got a homie like Doobie. All he did was like, and it was tripping me out because like people who are rappers, they tend to fuck with the writing part more.
Hmm.
But he was different because that nigga just would go and freestyle and that shit. And I think what was different from him that he understood what how to use his voice, melodies and melodics and stuff like
Hmm.
that, which kind of blew my mind because I'm like, dude, how you even do that shit? You know what I'm saying? And he was like smart.
Hmm.
So I know that people who do more singing, it could be um it could be freebase. Like you could be doing that shit like instantaneously.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like I do feel like that's something that plays a part in the writing or the recording or parts of it type shit. If you can go back in time and meet anybody, who would it be?
Jesus, I just need to know if it was real. I just
Jesus?
need to know. I need to know. Like,
Yes, Lord.
that has to be the most profound question right there. Like,
Yeah,
if anybody say any other time, I'm
right.
sorry, you is crazy as hell. Why wouldn't you want to know really what the end result for you really is? Because
Right.
like, that'll change your whole entire life.
Facts.
Real life, like, you don't need no other answers to anything else. Cause you know what the
Yeah,
end's gonna be. It's like, oh no, this man is real. I don't care what you're talking about.
right.
Like,
Don't
this
talk to me
this
about
life is
Jesus,
gonna
yo.
fade away,
I
bro.
met
Like,
Jesus, nigga.
real life, bro. Like, this is temporary, bro. I seen him for sure with my own eyes. He had the holes in his hands for sure.
If you come
You know?
back, you gonna be on a whole different wavelength
Oh yeah.
because you gonna know what was and what should be and what is type shit. Cause you met the prototypical walking guide among us type shit.
Right.
So you probably be one of his disciples just kicking it with him. So Jesus is cool to smoke weed? Yes, my child. Weed
Bro,
is
I
a
would
part
know
of the earth.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like people have to really like think about it. If religion is literally what's basically running our world, regardless of what they want to say that is separated government and world. But no, religion runs the world.
Right.
Your
Yes.
belief
Yes.
runs the world.
Right. 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 Right.
And beliefs is nothing but religion.
Right.
And
Facts.
religion ain't nothing but tradition. So if we keep that's all that shit is the same thing. So like if
Big
I know
facts.
that answer, I know like all this stuff that we've been doing throughout our whole entire life is dumb, is wrong, or it's for nothing, or it's in vain, whatever the case may be. I would know all of that. So I would definitely
Jesus,
Jesus for sure. I need
the
to
Most
meet you.
High.
I need to know.
We ever get that time machine, you'll have a lot of visitors, Jesus.
I don't know if the time machine gonna work all the way back there, but it do.
That's scary.
Yo, I would not want to be stuck in that
I
time.
would
I
not
tell
want
you
to be
that.
stuck in that
No
time.
cap.
I just try to make the best of it and kind of like I don't know, cause
I would definitely be living in a cave for sure.
that's gonna be a scary time. I don't know if it'll be different for Black people back then, but you can just imagine like.
But you would really know like where you come from.
Yeah, you'll have all the secrets.
You know all those questions of who the chosen people were.
Right.
Like.
Right.
Is there really life after death?
Right.
Like all that stuff we would know if we go back all the way back then.
Because they can say and tell us what happened, but either they don't know for sure or they do know and they don't want to tell us, or the shit that we know it could be the truth.
You would know if they really had a Big Bang.
Right.
Think about it, if you go to try to go meet Jesus, you will know if God actually exists, because this is the whole purpose, like one of the like whole things of why God exists.
Right.
And why we here, still here, and what our purpose is of life. Like.
Right.
You chose anything else. you used that was a waste.
He's like the number one most important person through history.
Real shit.
So anybody else would be like, who else would you want to meet? You know what I'm saying?
Besides Adam and Eve, who else?
I don't even know if I want to meet them.
And I don't even want to meet them. You got me here. Right. So I definitely don't want to meet you. Right. I want to meet the nigga that saved me. That's who I want. You feel me? Right. I want to meet the nigga that got me here. Right. Because what I'm going to do, if I change your mind of what you do, that can really fuck my life up.
Now, can we get a sample a cappella or some stuff like either you're working on or some past stuff, you know, before we get out of here?
For sure.
Talk your shit.
Let me pick a good one then.
Okay.
Let's see. I overload in heat mode. Baby, when you in that two-piece, it makes me too weak. Double time nutty buddy, back to back, front to back, pink kinky loving, melting hand wax up on my back. Hold a body, silk Versace. There's a meeting in my bedroom, category nasty naughty. I told you that submission, seduction, it turns me on. Body, silk Versace, nasty naughty. Explicit taste of rain on me, wear you out, rain on me. Exquisite taste, rain on me, wear you out, drain on me, on me. That's it.
I'm fucking with it. Hell yeah. So what I do at the end, just go do some bumps. You want to tell the people where they can find you? What you want them to know that I didn't ask in the interview? You know what I'm saying? How they can get in touch with you, all that stuff. So.
All right, so follow me on Instagram at JTheHumbleKid, JTheHumbleE. Simple as that. You also follow me on TikTok at Jamie the Humble Kid, JAMIETHEHUMBLE. As well as on YouTube, you follow me at JTheHumbleKid. Try to keep it as simple as possible. JTheHumbleKid on YouTube. I'll also have content coming out soon for that as well, to go along with the music that's dropping on the August 31st. Kiss featuring Young Giga and Kiss with Young Giga, Brashad Beats, and JTheHumbleKid. We also have I have a project coming out, collab project with both of those people, Young Giga and Brashad Beats. We have a project coming out. It's gonna be, we're still working on a name, but it will be presented by Crazy Hippies. So be looking out for that, as well as a podcast, something like a podcast.